So this is a post that I think I think I sort of knew was coming, but it wasn't obviously like made public yet. But like Big House this year and the state of Smash Bros. There was no big announcements about it lately, so I think people were caught wondering what would happen with the series and all that, and whether or not Big House has happened this year. I'll just go over this post and what Robin put in it. Robin's the TO for Big House. And when it comes to Smash Bros. Tournaments, shutting down, and unfortunately a lot of them have happened recently. Essentially, it says, "Hi everyone, I've received a lot of questions. My only request is that you read this completely to the end and do not pass along any TLDR. It's personal and multi-layered. For context, I'm Robin Harn, the head TO of Big House since its inception in 2011. And the event has taken place in October for each installment minus the 2 COVID years. My reasons for doing Big House have largely remained the same. I want to challenge myself as a project manager who has visibility in our department org, logistics, marketing, finances, people management. I have an entrepreneurial itch to host a large-scale event. I want to fulfill a creative vision how the event can look, feel, be experienced. And the resources, I feel a duty to raise and sustain the quality of events to empower future generations of attendees to enjoy a great experience at them. These reasons have been in harmony with my assumptions. I have enough time over the summer and fall dedicated towards the Big House. I feel I can give 100% of my energy and an effort turns towards making the current year's event the best possible. I have financial stability in my personal life to be able to cover all potential losses if they come up at the event. And I feel the desire and hunger from the community sponsors partners to support the event with the resources it needs. Over the past year, some of these assumptions have shifted. And he boils it down basically to time, energy, efforts. I've been hired as a varsity volleyball head coach at a high school near and dear to me in Michigan. I love doing it. It satisfies the challenges I enjoy. My motivation and fulfillment are similar for each as what they were for Big House, not only involving coaching a varsity team, but managing the entire high school program in all aspects, JV and freshman coaches, budgeting, fundraising, coordination, youth camps, TO networking. But now I've stepped into managing an entire high school program, which runs through August through October. And that overlap is with the traditional peak of Big House planning season. I won't be able to give another project 100% energy during those months because I approach every project with full intent to make it the best thing possible, which requires all my energy and effort. This year, it means putting it towards my new role of leading a volleyball program." Robin kind of new passion. Not really found a new passion. He probably was already doing it, but something which just simply makes him happier, more fulfilled, and wants to see it through instead. When you see something like that, of course, as a Smash player, you'll be sad and be like, damn, another tournament that we don't have anymore. But if you've ever TO'd or hosted a tournament, it's no surprise at all sometimes when a TO finds something that they see their time is better apt and suited towards. Like, I've said it many, many times, but TOing is one of the most thankless jobs in the world for the amount of work to put in versus the little you get back from it. Like, it's not a shocker to me at all. Finance stability, as much as I love my new role, it's not a full-time job. I don't have the finance stability of a full-time job as a buffer. My last full-time job ended in a disappointing fashion, and I've lost faith in certain industries and positions, so I've been living off personal savings and random gigs to find inspiration with a possible career pivot. But I want that to be organic and not force myself into a new opportunity if it isn't the right fit for me. I don't know how much time it's to take, but I feel strongly that I have to let it naturally play out. With no buffer, I don't feel it's responsible to take on hosting a large-scale event that has almost always cut it close in terms of breaking even financially. And again, this is a recurring theme that we've seen with a lot of these big tournaments. You have the desire and the willpower to really start something special, but of course, over time, you realize that it's not sustainable. You can't sustain it, right? Community and partner. With each recent installment of Big House, it's been increasingly difficult to find sponsors and partners willing to financially back the event, and our general attendance is at a plateau of around 3,000 people. The combination makes it very difficult to host a large-scale event. When organizations like Panda, Beyond the Summit, and Golden Guardians go away, it has unfortunate ripple effects on events like Big House. Damn. The past 2 years, we put in extra hours to still find a way to make it work. and against all odds, we produce what we think are the two best big house events ever, creatively and logistically. But when the effort and stress of making it work keep increasing, eventually it reaches a breaking point where it can't keep the pace, with two trends drifting in different directions. All of this to say, Big House is on indefinite hiatus. The door is open for the event to come back in the future years, but it will require a shifting of several reasons and our receptions listed above. That could mean it happens at a different time, led by a different organizer, or it's more financially feasible, given some combination of increased partner support or shifting community expectations. I want to make clear there's a lot of administrative and organizational questions that have to be answered before we entertain that possibility. You might be asking why someone else can't step in and take over Big House in my absence this year. I think that's a fair question down the line, but I want everyone to understand it's not simple on short notice. Venues for large-scale events require months or even years to lead time secure them, often with tens of thousands of dollars in deposits or multiple years of locked-in contracts for both venue space and surrounding hotel room blocks. Someone has to take on that carried expense and risk. It's true. I think half of being a TO is just being the guy to take the fall. They're like, oh yeah, I'll put in my money. If it all goes to hell, I'll take the fall for it. Someone's got to do it, right? Because there's no way of guaranteeing money back for TOing an event or the guarantee that people will attend it. I get it. I get it, frankly. For the past 11 big houses, I've been fine taking that risk because I find the bandwidth to control my own destiny and making the event great enough to overcome that risk. But for the reasons and shifting assumptions laid out above, I won't be able to do so this year, so it's unclear who, if anyone, will be willing to step into the role at that moment. I still think there should be a big Orlando major. Sorry, October, not Orlando. That was a Freudian slip. I meant October major. And all I'm going to say is maybe I had brunch with Ohan at CEO. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe if the cards play out. TOing events is still a part-time project. I've never paid myself a salary for hosting events, instead always reinvested towards making future events. There's way more expenses now than even 2 years ago, let alone 13 years ago when Big House first started. Community demands more, streams and internet are the prime example. Internet is obscenely expensive at Kobo Center that it caused a major company, Wizards of the Coast, to cancel their stream altogether for a Magic the Gathering Grand Prix Detroit a few years ago. Yeah, it's actually crazy how expensive internet is at these events. I don't know if it's like a monopoly sort of thing or just like the law or what it is, but it's just bizarre how much internet actually costs. It's nuts. You can ask the Bailey, ask Robin, ask the Genesis TOs, Bobak. Like you can ask anyone and they all will tell you, for some fucked up reason, internet is so expensive at these things. It's a giant part of the budget, and it actually does kill events. Our aforementioned venue, Kobo Center, is quite frankly a huge pain to work with. Competing with Detroit Auto Show, those clients have deep pockets to put down deposits multiple years ahead of time. Up to this point, I've been careful to not lock in Big House for long contracts because I want to respect how quickly the gaming landscape evolves and might steer us in a different direction to a venue. That's smart. He's had 1-year commitments and 1-year contracts. You might be asking why Big House can't just downscale and find a smaller venue. It's due to his creative vision. We want to host a large-scale event for the entire community with hotels. No other venues in Southeast Michigan meet this criteria. Damn. There you go. Yeah, basically, Robin had a vision, and the vision was to make a great event. And when that vision can't be met, I mean, you got to respect it when you say, instead of making a small house exactly, you just say, no Big House for now. I mean, I understand that. In his final statement, I still love the game and the community. I'm grateful for the support from our thousands of attendees and our amazing staff over the years. I wish I could host Big House this year. I just hope everyone can understand life happens, assumptions shift, landscapes evolve. I do this to pledge of the community. And if desire and hunger is truly there for future installments, then please make it known politely and constructively. In the meantime, thank you to your longtime TOs and practice gratitude for everyone behind the scenes who dedicates time and effort to making experiences great at any event you attend. Best, Robin Hard. And yeah, man, sad, but shit, dude. You guys feel like we go on this like ebb and flow of having a ton of events and then very few events and then a ton of events? It goes up and down all the time, but my thoughts on this was that Big House, I mean, yeah, it was considered one of the, I guess what, like a big four event? Big four, big three, I forget like how exactly we had it, but like it was very clearly like an issue that came down to like, you know, how many tournaments can we have that are good and which ones are considered the big ones. But I also feel that we need a more sustainable way to make tournaments happen with less of a risk. I don't know. The moment a TO figures out how to have consistent turnout for these events and make it huge again with putting in as little risk as possible, then it's still good. It's like you said, someone's gotta step up and do it. And we've seen with like Eggdog and Nouns and new players in the game, we've seen that happen. That's a good thing. Every single other kind of tournament, the moment something goes awry or costs change, it's the smart thing to do is to not put yourself into debt over it, regardless of what your left of the game is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Big House not happening this year. And like I said, there is a non-zero chance, maybe, Ohan and I cook something up for the fall. Maybe with Liquid. Maybe. Still very preliminary stages.